Okay, so the final topic I do want to talk about, a couple of big gaming IPs are sort of getting like the cinema treatment, the filmmaking treatment, if you know what I mean. First, there was breaking news about The Legend of Zelda now getting a live action movie at some point in the future, which is surprising. I mean, off the heels of the Super Mario Brothers movie really becoming a very successful animated movie, and as someone who's seen it recently, I thought it was a very nice movie. It was good. It was decent. It did a lot of what it should do, and I liked how there were callbacks to like Super Smash Brothers and Mario Kart as well. It was actually a lot of fun to watch. So I really liked that animated movie. It was definitely better than the live action one, but let me just be honest here. I definitely did not see the live action movie when it was like what, 80s or 90s, and I still don't plan to do so, but very enjoyable. And Chris Pratt actually did well as Super Mario. I mean, he may not have been everyone's choice, but he actually did really well on the role. Now, regarding the Zelda movie, again, no information about casting or location of the shoot or production or who will play what or the characters. We can assume that Link, Zelda, Ganondorf are going to be part of the movie. Of course, they are these characters, but the cast members, nothing has really been announced. Well, I still think it's somewhat surprising since there's going to be more investment from Nintendo lending their IP to more animation studios or for live action studios, production teams, doing more work on their IP and making it successful. I don't know if they're trying to be like Disney, Disney in a way, but I mean, hey, trying to venture off more for Nintendo, I suppose. So that's going to be interesting to see what Nintendo will do with the Legend of Zelda live action movie IP. Now, another one, Fallout. Later this year, I think on April 12th, the Fallout TV show will start streaming on Amazon Prime Video. There was first there was like what looked like a leaked trailer or something, but then later on an official trailer did come out. And of course, some of the well-known factions and characters like mysterious characters coming out of their vault with the blue suits or whatever, going off on a post-apocalyptic adventure, and like noseless ghouls, and of course the Brotherhood of Steel, we saw them as well, part of it. Let's see, I know there's more, of course, like flashes of like this ghoul, like some sort of ghoul character, flashes of like past life, when he was a father and obviously had a nose before there was a nuke and so forth. And of course, like main characters like Surface Dwellers and Brotherhood of Shield soldiers. I do think one of the actors included will be like, like Ella Purnell from Yellow Jackets, Aaron Moten, and Kyle McLachlan. Anyway, known as the Overseer Hank or Overseer of Revolt. And yeah, apparently Todd Howard. Yeah, so everyone knows Todd Howard, Bethesda guy, who of course he's going to have some involvement with the TV show. Obviously, the same universe as the game, and will be canon in some way, so that's pretty cool. So he gave a variety of details about like how like some of the elements of the game will be added into the show, and like so it'll so how someone's work is being translated in some ways into television, how it is viewed from a game instead of television. So that's pretty cool to see. And yeah, some images were like leaked online. You could see like the Brotherhood of Steel, the what's it called, the Letterman or something like that. I know there are like some factions, Scientist Guy, like I was saying, new ghouls, overseers, surface dwellers coming out of the vault after like decades or something, centuries probably, post-apocalyptic life. So it's gonna be like a show like set 219 years after nukes were dropped, from and everyone moving on from Fallout. And so I think that's an interesting premise, because I thought I think it's kind of interesting to have the kind of show, people kind of learning how to live and move on in their own lives, survivors trying to you know, just not just like accommodate, but adjust to post-apocalyptic life, the kind of robots, the kind of creepy strangers who's trying to kill them. Of course, there's going to be plenty of action scenes. I think the whole premise of Fallout, I think, can translate well into television just because a lot of characters always have stories to tell. Now, look, keep in mind, thus far, only Fallout 4 is the only one I've played. And the funny thing is, the other Fallout games like 1, 2, 3, and New Vegas, Epic Games gave them away for free. And of course, I claimed them. So I'm really glad I got the other Fallout games. I'm going to play them at some point soon. I think now would be a great time to at least play Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. Just to see what it's like with the factions and like clans having wars with each other, claiming territory, and someone trying to look for their parents, or because I know like Fallout 4, like the main character looking for their son, and I think the third one, a different character looking for their father or something like that. And New Vegas, I know, was like about a courier getting attacked by mobsters or something. But I know that the first two games were like isometric kind of games. But anyway, I think it'll do well. I mean, like I would say mixed results in terms of games being translated into TV shows. Halo, sort of mixed reaction. A lot of the scenes with Master Chief with his helmet off, especially that sex scene he had, I think, in the 8th episode. There was another show. Oh yeah, the Twisted Metal show on Peacock. That did well. I didn't love it, but it was fine for what it was. And there is going to be a second season as well. So I guess that's fine. I think there must have been something else that might have turned into a movie or show. I know that there was a Mortal Kombat movie. But as for a TV show, no, I don't remember. But there is a Gran Turismo movie that came out last summer. But yeah, there were announcements about God of War and Horizon becoming TV shows. I think one of them on Amazon Prime and maybe another one on Netflix. So seems like, again, Sony investing in turning their gaming IPs into shows. But let me say this regarding Fallout. If Fallout really does well, and I am optimistic just because I think the world of Fallout does have interesting stories to tell and can really be entertaining, I would not be surprised if there's actually going to be a show around the Elder Scrolls series. I think it would work well. I think if you have the world of, if maybe like based off Oblivion game, I would say Skyrim, since Skyrim is obviously the most obvious popular one. If at least based off of Skyrim, oh man, can you imagine the hype and excitement? I mean, Skyrim is still well played. It's still one of everyone's favorite RPGs of all time, and it's still one of the greats, Skyrim. So I can really see Fallout doing really well. And again, if that does happen, look for the Elder Scrolls IP to also be translated into a TV show as well.